finish this level. I'm on a roll. Almost. Went ahead and ordered you a drink. No, don't worry. It's soda. Sarsaparilla. Your favorite. I went ahead and had him open it for you. Yeah. No problem. I figured it's been a while since we'd hung out here, so it's the least I could do. I already started drinking mine. Yeah, of course. Cheers. You know, after a long day at Junimo, sometimes that soda really hits the spot. Yeah, I'm still working there. I'm trying to find something out different with my Aunt Marnie, but she does already let me crash at her place, so I can't go asking too much. Well, we're gonna sit here and talk, or we're gonna play. Yeah, our old game. Journey of the Prairie King. You remember that one, don't you? Well, you got next. Alright, let's see. You remember how good I used to be at this game? Yeah, I still play it a lot. I spend a lot of my nights here, well, until they close up, but I usually don't do a lot else after work and don't have anybody else to hang out with, so I come hang out here. Glad you're back in town, though. Gives me somebody to spend a little bit of time with. Seen anybody recently? Nah, me neither. Nah. I've got to stop talking so much I can't focus. Yeah, well, actually, there is this new farmer around who bought that old place. Well, I think actually, maybe their grandparents or grandpa or somebody gave it to them. Yeah, that old farm out west. I've kind of seen them come in here. They come in from time to time and, hang around, so I'm trying to just work up the courage to say something, but so far I've just mostly hung out in here or over on the end of the bar, you know me. But hey, maybe one of these days. So maybe you can give me some advice. Yeah. So, you want to play? Yeah, no, I got you. Here we go. Alright, let's see what you got. Yeah, you used to be pretty good at this game, but I'm sure you're, just a bit rusty. That's alright. It's pretty difficult, yeah, for a beginner. I'm just joking. No, you're doing fine. Try to just make sure you get the power-ups and save them if you can until you're in a bad spot. That's alright. Alright. Let me show you how it's done. Watch and learn. So how long are you in town for? Oh, really? Just hanging around a while. Nice. Hey, I'm happy to hear that. It's been a while since I've had a good old-fashioned friend. Yeah, you could say my life went a little bit sideways a while back, but I'm doing better here in Stardew Valley, so I think things are looking up. I've got responsibility now. I've got a job and a place to stay, and yeah, so I'm doing alright. A lot better now that you're here, that's for sure. Yeah, if I could reset my life, I think I'd start a chicken farm or something like that. Only free-range eggs, of course. Once again, I take my eye off the screen and it's over. Well, do you want to play again, or do you want to try some Junimo Kart? Need to warm up just a little bit more. I get it. And now that you're here, I can show you. I've got the second place high score on Junimo Kart, but I'll let you get a little bit more warmed up here. No, I got you. Don't worry about it. Alright, let's see if you can catch a little bit more of a break this time. Alright, not bad. Oh. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. You look like you've got the hang of it. Yeah, but anyway, like I said, I would really like to raise chickens if I could, but I don't have a coop well, to be honest, I don't even have a farm of my own. I do live with my Aunt Marnie, like I said, but hey, maybe if I work out, or I guess work long enough at Jojo Mart, maybe things pan out. Might get a promotion or something, and maybe buy my own place. Yeah, like I said, that new farmer out west, I mean, they seem to be doing alright, and it looks like they're on their own, so a guy like me surely could do the same. But maybe I'll just start with like one chicken or something, but might need to find a suitable partner first. Yeah, I got the skeleton key. Got farther than last time. You still aren't too bad. Man, that soda's good. Hey, I gotta show you this. I've been up in the mine a little bit recently. You still have your old pickaxe? Yeah, me too. We ought to go sometime. Yeah, I still remember a few of the shortcuts, but look, don't tell anybody about this, but I found a ruby the other day. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna sell it yet, or someone told me that dwarf at the top of the mine really likes them, so I might see if I can do a little bit of trading and see what they have to offer, but I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Well, maybe I'll give it to that farmer out west. I don't know. We'll have to see, but yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I was only on like floor 11, I think, so it wasn't even that deep in the mine, but I'm sure if me and you go together, who knows, maybe we'll make it all the way to the bottom. I've heard there's a lot of good stuff as you go down, but I'd really love to find a diamond, but yeah, like I said, long shot for a guy like me. But yeah, if you're gonna be in town for very long, then I'm gonna pop another coin in here. If you're gonna be in town, for a while, then maybe we could do a couple things like that. Yeah, alright. It's been a while since I've had a mining buddy, and I've gotten into a few more hobbies like that recently. I've kind of tried to expand my horizons just a bit, get out of the saloon every once in a while. Yeah, it's fun, but sometimes you gotta get out there and live. I've even fished a couple times, but I'm not very good at it. Alright. There we go. I'm kinda getting in my groove here. So where are you gonna be staying? Oh, really? Alright. No, that's a good spot. How'd you get your hands on that? Really? The one in the desert? Huh, okay. Well, I didn't know you had such good connections. Alright, well, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of farming now. I already got a barn too. Jeez. I need to do what you're doing, that's for sure. Yep. Well, my Aunt Marnie has a new farmhand working there at her shop, so they'll have all the animals you could want, that's for sure. I made it pretty far that time. Well, you wanna give it another shot? Yeah, that's the spirit. Yeah, so like I said, I have been kind of trying my hand at fishing just a little bit. Yeah, Willie loaned me a rod. I didn't have the money at the time, but he had an old one that he threw my way. I'm trying to figure out where everyone's catching these rainbow trout. I really want to do the trout contest down, in the Western River, but yeah, I just haven't quite got the hang of it yet, but I will. I've caught a couple carp and stuff like that. Made a few bucks here and there, but it's nothing to write home about. Or I guess write to Aunt Marnie's. But yeah, hey, honestly, I got a cool spot down by the cliffside. Yeah, it's not a bad spot to sit and throw back a couple cold ones. So if you ever just feel like you need to get away from that little farm of yours over there and want to hang out, just come by, grab me, and we'll go down to Pierre's and grab a six-pack and go hang out. Yeah. No, I usually just hang out there by myself. It's no big deal. No, nice. Yeah. No, I'm mostly just coal and stuff like that. All the other stuff that I've got in mind. That ruby was obviously the best thing I've got my hands on, but like I said, I think with me and you together, we might be able to really make it somewhere. Yeah, I heard there's even some fishing that can be done way down there, but I can't even catch a rainbow trout, so I think I've got a ways to go. Well, almost. Yeah. Like I said, you aren't as rusty as I thought you'd be, but still, definitely no shade. I'm just joking. What's that? No, yeah, they still have great pizza here. Yeah, I get it, but I've spent most of my money here on the sodas and yeah, maybe a couple beers earlier, but that's not anything to worry about. But and Prairie King here, I just can't get enough. I don't know, that's just something about it. Just helps me kind of get my mind off of just everything. Works. It's nice, it pays the bills, but I just wears you down, Sometimes you just wake up in the morning and you just don't feel like doing anything, man. You still gotta trudge on to some pointless job and stuff like that, so just playing some nice arcade games are just, it's just something that I can kind of clear my head. But like I said, yeah, no, I'm doing better. I've cut back a little bit, if you know what I mean. Trying to replace it with good hobbies, fishing, mining, stuff like that. But yeah, no, I appreciate it. What? Yeah. Oh, no, that's just Linus. Yeah, he goes through everybody's trash. Honestly, he's pretty harmless, but yeah, I mean, you can scare him off if you'd like, or, it's up to you how you handle that situation, but he's usually not too bad. I'd just kind of give him a pass if I was you, but like I said, it's your farm, so you can do it, however you would like. How's the soda? Good. Yeah. You were gonna order a pizza? Alright. I'll eat anything. if you want to go order that. Sounds good. Alright. Should be okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. They're usually pretty quick here. Sometimes almost instant. It's kind of weird. Every time I start talking, I seem like that's when I lose. Well, do you want to, while we're waiting for that pizza, go try our hand at some Junimo Kart? Alright, yeah. No, it's on me. Yeah, no, go ahead. You can play first. Yeah, I'll be honest, I've been playing this game a lot recently, so I don't mind to sit and watch for just a bit. And hey, tonight, since I've got an audience, I'm gonna go for Lewis's high score. And nobody's been able to beat him, but somebody said that he's put up a prize for anyone who can. So tonight, I'm going for it. I told you this game is very difficult, but you'll get better. It just takes some practice, but yeah, you're gonna have to do a little bit better than that, I'm sorry to say. Alright. Yeah, no, like I said, it took me a long time to even inch my way up the leaderboard. Like I said, second place, so it's not too bad. And I didn't come with any prizes or anything like that. And like I said, you have to beat Lewis, but maybe tonight's the night. Nice. Nah. Alright, you ready? Let's see what I can do. Alright, going for the high score. Let me focus here. Okay, these jumps are just so difficult if you are not perfectly timed. And if you can, you gotta get all three of these fruits. You get more points at the end, so it's easier to beat Lewis's high score, or anybody else on the leaderboard if you get all the fruits, but sometimes it's not worth getting them, so you got to know when to avoid them and when to go for them. Of course, the coins help too, but the biggest thing that helps is not falling off or hitting boulders, hitting any of the obstacles, anything like that. Alright, level 3. Check this out. Yeah, isn't that awesome? Yeah, the whale, it blows bubbles that if you hit, it is going to be game over, so gotta make sure you avoid. No, I was so close on that one. You saw that, didn't you? Bubble right at the last minute. Well, hey, let's go check on that pizza. Alright, look, I've got one coin left. If you want to go get our pizza and find us a table, I'll catch up with you. I've got a date with the Prairie King, and I intend to win. No, I'll catch up.